Hi, welcome back to Drive Check, the Drive Check podcast YouTube channel. It's been a while. Sorry, I haven't been any motivated at all to upload anything, and I've also been like super busy, and I just felt like my time was probably better spent doing like focusing on streaming and whatnot. Which, by the way, twitch.tv/drive_check. Weekdays we play not random games, but like games that I like. So like right now, Genshin Impact, Pokemon Trading Card Game Online, Pokemon Nuzlocke, stuff like that. Eventually we'll get Monster Hunter going when I get a capture card. But today is a very special day because Clan Selection Volume 2 is out. So I have not one, not two, not even three, but we got 4 boxes. 4 boxes of this. And that's because, as like with the first clan selection, which I foolishly didn't do a video on, I just opened them up because I was so excited to play. But basically, what they did is they split the clans into the 24 different clans into 2 different 12 clan sets, basically. And so in this one, it includes Royal Paladin, Oracle Think Tank, Genesis, Kagero, Nubatama, Nova Grappler, Dimension Police, Spike Brothers, Pale Moon, Bermuda Triangle, Aqua Force, and Great Nature. And this is actually a revolutionary set for Vanguard because you buy 4 boxes, or you buy 1 box, and you get a copy. You're guaranteed a copy of every card in the included in the set. And the set includes, each clan gets 3 new cards, brand new cards, and they also get 4 reprints. Most of them are promos, Japanese exclusive promos that are finally coming to English. Not all of them, but a fair amount of them are. And then every clan gets a reprint of the Draw PG, but everything is in the triple rare foiling, except you might have a chance to get an SP foiling of whatever card instead of just a regular triple rare foiling. So, without any further explanation, we're just going to open it up and go from there because I am so prepared for this, Jesus. I'm just going to open all the plastic off of all of them, and then I'll come back. You don't need to see this. We'll come back. Okay, we're going to jump in, and we're going to just start with this first box here. I'm going to go through the cards, or at least the noteworthy cards, or the cards that I remember being noteworthy, and we'll go from there. I thought it was weird that they didn't include like anything for Overdress in these, but whatever. Considering Overdress comes out in English in like a month and a half. So I always thought that was a little weird. I don't remember as much in Volume 2 as I remember in Volume 1, because Volume 1 had a lot of really, really good cards in it. Volume 2, I think, doesn't have as many good cards, but still quite a few. So, like I said, everything comes in the triple rare foiling. So there's Nightmare Dolls are the focus for Pale Moon. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to keep them organized because it's just going to be easier for me in the long run. Bermuda Triangle. I remember the Spike Brother cards being like really good, but I don't really play Spike Brothers, so I don't remember everything. This card is really good if you play Genesis. Actually, let me move this over here so I can see myself talk to the camera. There we go. It's less disorienting. Decay of Just Path is very good for Genesis. Platinum Ace is also very good for Dimension Police. Stez is very good for Bermuda Triangle. And obviously it's the Draw PG for Pale Moon. Here we go. Okay, we're going to go through this and kind of like as fast as I can. I got a lot to go through. Honestly, I should just sit down and I should read through all the cards to you. Battle Sisters are the Oracle Think Tanks thing, and they do like traditional Battle Sister stuff. Nubatama actually is probably one of my favorites in this set. When we get to Hanzo, I'll explain it, but this is just evil decoy token support, basically. Jewel Knights. Ashley is very good it's the Jewel Knight like archetype is now an engine for Royal Paladin, and you can splash it in most Royal Paladin builds, and you're good to go from there. So don't sleep on Ashley; she's pretty good. And this is a promo that almost every Genesis deck, except for Astral Poets, runs. So this is very needed. Magic Police Quilt. I know this is ran in a lot of Dimension Police decks. Bracky. I remember that was good. This was like a rare, so having it as a triple rare is pretty good. And then Emerald Shield Pascal. And I'm so glad that this was reprinted because these were incredibly expensive. They were like 25 a piece. So that's great. Spike Brothers, there you go. At least when I was trying to buy Aquaforce stuff, they were incredibly expensive. And I'm going to have 3 Aquaforce decks. So now that they're going to be this cheap, it's going to be phenomenal. Alright, Charging Jewel Knight Morvidus. There. Nightmare Doll Marissa. Nightmare Dolls kind of do more Nightmare Doll things. So that's great. Galactic Beast Zeal. So Zeal is Dimension Police's kind of like focus. Speaking of focus, there we go. And so basically he does a lot. He's very good against clans that like to have a lot of they spam gifts. So he's very good with that. So that's great. I think he's a really cool card. Some people don't, but I still think he is. Little Sage Marin still played, so that's good. You get a triple rare foiling for that. There you go. Zangetsu is pretty good, if I remember correctly. It's pretty good for Evil Decoy token support. Spiana. One place, return a card from the same crazy. I think this is the new one for. My God, I suck at this. It's the new one for Bermuda Triangle. And if I remember, to me, it seemed like it worked very well in Highlander, but not necessarily because Bermuda Triangle, like the boss unit for them or whatever, in this is a Prism. It's a grade 4 Prism card, or a Prism Duo technically, but it's not. I don't think people are torn. Like Japan likes it. The West doesn't like it, apparently, so it's really weird. Evil Stealth Dragon Kagasarashi. Also more Hanzo support right there. Alright, and then we have Beast Deity Typhoon Bird. So Beast Deity Ethics Buster is the Nova Grappler one, and it's a bad card. It's a really bad card. We'll get to it when we get to it. Battle Sister Fromage likes to check the top deck and does things for Battle Sisters, which is, it's not bad, it's just not super great. And we have Airmo, which is fantastic countercharge for Kagero, so that's great. Move that over there. Then we have Commander Gary Gannon for Spike Brothers Wonder Boy. I think he was a double rare, so triple rare is good for him. Wonder Boy was a common or rare, and I don't know. I'm torn on the foiling, honestly. Sometimes it looks really good, and sometimes it just doesn't. So there's that. Like, that doesn't look good. I don't like. Sorry, I'm going to be very particular, but I don't like when the effect box has the foiling on top of it, because depending on the light and the area that you're in, sometimes it's really hard to read when that's on there. So it's such a dumb nitpick on my part, but it honestly detracts me from this kind of foiling, because it's a little bit different than a regular triple rare foiling. Alright, so then we have Break Breath Dragon. Into the battle, attack if your opponent's rear guard was retired this turn. You can retire this unit, draw a card. Okay, that's not terrible. When rode upon, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. If you didn't retire, draw a card. That's not terrible. Not terrible. Alright, Ingenious Marinol, Bermuda Triangle. I think this is the one. This one is a reprint, I think, or a promo, one of the two. I'm pretty sure this is the actual card, new card. And then you get Nightmare Doll Chelsea, which she's pretty good for Nightmare Doll specifically, but I need to see. Ugh. Okay, I don't know when that started to freeze, and I apologize. I wasn't paying attention. I was in the zone, so I don't know where to go. We're just gonna have to move on there. The audio should have still kept, so we'll just have to go from there. But Nightmare Doll Chelsea, I need to see Nightmare Dolls in play again. But as far as I remember, Nightmare Dolls were pretty threatening. All right, come on, bud. I've been having a lot of technology problems tonight. I just streamed and it was rough getting there. Great when we got there, but just rough getting to that point. Kurogiri is pretty good. You can solo as 2, return, bounce this card to your hand, call up to 2 evil decoy tokens to your guard circle. So that's pretty good. Evil decoy tokens can intercept from the back row, if you're new to that. And this is a good reprint. Coral Assault, very. Gallius is also very good. They weren't like super expensive, but they weren't super cheap either. Especially when Coral Assault was announced to being reprinted, it shot down quite a bit. Gallius was about like $10 or so. And then we got the new baton with Draw PG. There it is. I was hoping that they would reprint Battle Cyber Nerissa, which is kind of like one of your core draw engines, but they didn't, unfortunately. Oblation Regalia Var. And so for Genesis, they get Regalia units. And Regalias deal with Divine Gauge. So pretty spicy cards there. Pretty good stuff. Dudley Williams, like I said, the Dudleys are pretty good. All right, Ethics Buster. Beast Deity Ethics Buster. So, when placed or rode upon, you discard 2 cards from your hand, stand one of your units with Beast Deity in its card name, and attack your opponent's Vanguard with that unit. At the end of that battle, if the attack did not hit, you stand that unit, and if that attack did hit, you get drive -1 until end of turn. When your unit with Beast Deity in its card name attacks, you can counter +1, and it gets 5k. This card's so bad because it doesn't work like the way that you think it would work. You cannot ride on top of it and pop both effects off because, and it's really weird. You got to get into like the deep rulings and the comprehensive rules. But basically, what it's saying is, you would do one of the effects, either the on ride or when ridden upon. You would do one of those. You would get to the end of that skill, and at that time, you have already missed the check in order to activate the second skill. I don't exactly know the exact phrasing and the it's the ruling number or whatever, but you cannot activate both of them. And because you can't activate both of them, it really sucks because you pay for both effects at the same time. So at that point, it's discard 2 cards from your hand twice, I believe. So it's 4 cards to maybe stand once, which is just so bad. Also, like discarding 2 cards in Nova Grappler really sucks because they need to fill their board, and by getting rid of 2 cards from your hand, it's not great. Art's really cool though. I love that art. He's a cool looking dude, but it's just really bad. All right, sorry, spent too much time on that. Battle Sister Kasata. When Drive Check reveals a unit, a trigger, she gets 10k. It's quite solid actually, because you're doing it. This is also probably one of the best cards in the set, because this is used to be a $50 promo that was necessary for Dimension Police. This is Twin Order. So on the rearguard circle, when it boosts, one of your vanguards gets 10,000 power until end of turn for each of your force markers. So this is how you're making all your numbers right here with this guy. So the fact that he's reprinted and the fact that it's in a triple rare foiling is not bad. Not bad at all. And then we've got Minnie, which I know is a really good card. And then we got Glittery Baby Lene for your draw PG. Okay. Alright, and then we have Blue Wave Soldier Senior Corvette. This is a new Aquaforce card. I like it a lot. Great Nature, that's who we're missing. So this is all, literally all of Great Nature. All the reprints and all the new cards focus around Hamske engine. So you can almost build a deck by getting 4 of these and just picking up triggers and a couple extra cards. So they're really good actually. So basically you're writing the good Hamske or the original Hamske from the bottom of your deck. So it's really cool. Valios. I wanted Valios to be a little bit cooler than what he actually was. He's a grade 3 like main boss unit that doesn't actually give or deal with any gifts. Actually, like he doesn't have an Excel gift. He actually discard a card from the same name as your Vanguard. Remove all markers from your circles. Call up to 5 cards from your drops into the rearguard circle. You have to have the same card. You have to persona. Basically, persona ride it, or not persona ride it. Persona stride it, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you got it. Persona discard whatever. But he does minus your opponent's power. If it's grade 3 or greater, they cannot increase or decrease other than the effects of Guardians. So even if they get any trigger effects, they don't actually get any power. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, at the end of the battle that your unit attacked, choose 2 of your rearguards and you can exchange their positions. I also really like that. Like there are things that I like about it, but I don't. He's not like it seems like he's more flavor than good. I gotta remember my phone camera's all the way over there. But yeah, I still love him, and I can't wait to play him in my Revon deck because I think he works very well in Revon. Flourishing Knight Edith. This is a promo for Royal Paladins. This was one that actually did a lot for Altmile, and it's what made Altmile like more competitive than he actually already was. So this is a very good card. Talking about another very good card, Ultra Beast Deity Illuminal Dragon. Phenomenal card in Beast Deity. Not even just Beast Deities, honestly. In Nova Grappler. Come on. There you go. Because he basically can, at the end of the battle that your rearguard's attack did not hit, and while he's on the Vanguard, you can kind of plus 1. Stand that unit, gets 10k power until end of turn. Then it has to attack the Vanguard. But his Vanguard and Rearguard, once per turn, when your other unit attack hits, then he himself gets plus 15. So he becomes a 27k beater by himself. Very good. Very good. The opposite of Ethics Buster. And then we got Reprint Pencil Knight Hamske. And then we got Diamond Ace, which is the Dimension Police. Whatchamadoozy. There we go. Alright. Okay, we got Dragon Knight Hishat. Can someone draw a card? Choose a new press backward. So retire and draw a card. Okay, it's like Berserk Dragon, but a grade 1. Bulb only on the rearguard circle. Okay. When wrote upon, check top 5. Reveal a grade 3 or greater from among them. Put it into your hand. This is probably going to my Blade Master deck. Yeah. So it's like a grade 3 Searcher, but without discarding it. So it's actually really good. All right. Then we have Hamske's Teacher, Fountain Pen, Hamyuki, which is a new one. Oh no. Hamian. So this is the new Hamske one. This is what kind of like makes everything work. And I did indeed get the SP version of that, which is nice but also sucks because now I was hoping it would be a clan that I don't play because I don't want this. This is going to be a money card and I don't want it. So I gotta sell it now. But basically, you can counterblast 2, discard a card from your hand, search your deck for any number of cards with Hamsky in the card name, call them to the front row, and shuffle your deck. So any number. So you can call a full front row for discard 1 card and counterblast 2, which is that's not a bad cost, honestly. Shoot, especially if you don't have a field. You can, and Hamsky likes to rewrite, so they have a lot of Excel circles. Not rewrite, but like they will rewrite, and then they can make Excel circles. So you'll have a very wide Excel circle. And think about it, you're thinning your deck quite a bit. So you're pulling a bunch of non-triggers out. So that's another thing. At the end of the battle attacked, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, you can discard 2 cards from your hand, reveal the bottom card of your deck, and if that card is Pencil Hero Hamsky, ride it as stand, and that unit gets drive -1 until end of turn. So that's very, very good. The whole deck kind of revolves around him. We're just going to set that up to the side. Panettone. This was a very good Oracle Think Tank promo. Most people, it was necessary in most builds. This was almost like $50 at one point. BCD Glands Dragon. This is kind of, in BCDs, this was like your main hitter. You would just restand this guy a bunch of times. You'd build him up with a bunch of power and then restand him. Then we got Hamsky, the grade 1 Hamsky, and then we got Cable Sheet. Nice. Okay. We're gonna just cruise through this, not cruise, take our time through the first box, and then we'll cruise through the other 3. Or honestly, I might just open the other 3 on my own, and I'll show you what I pulled from. I'll do that. Keep it short. Explode Jewel Knight, Lael. I don't know, but I love her. Her armor's really cool. It's very intricate. She does a lot of things like they like to call, put 2 normals in time of day, soldiers 1, and when an other unit is placed on this unit's circle, so they like to be either called on top of or ridden on top of. They do a lot of shenanigans like that, and then Ashley likes to call him back from the deck, basically. They do cool stuff like that. Zeal gets Zeal and does Zeal stuff. Minus power on a grade 2. Dauntless Drive Dragon. This is a cool card. I don't know if it's necessarily good, though. That's the thing. Vanguard, at the end of the battle that your drive check revealed 2 or more normal units, one of your front row of your guards gets plus 10k power until end of turn. Alright, so this is actually... this is not bad. At the end of the battle attacked, if your hand has 4 or more cards, you can discard 3 from your hand and stand this unit. Okay. When rode upon, choose one of your vanguards, and it gets all of this card's auto abilities other than this ability until end of turn. So, Blade Master Soin, right? So when Blade Master Soin is written on top of, and it doesn't say when this card's drive checks, because Blade Master calls... he'll call Vision Token, and Vision Tokens can also Soul Blast. Or not Soul Blast, Jesus. They can drive check, so they get Twin Drive. So you actually get 4 checks in order for this to pop off. And even if it doesn't, oh well, it's just an extra 10k power. But I could discard 3 cards, and I can restand my Soin, which is really good. So this card, I think, definitely has a place in Blade Master specifically. A lot of people are messing around with Waterfall. A restanding Waterfall is terrifying as well. But I just like Blade Master better. I like how Blade Master plays, so I'm definitely looking into this one. And then we got Battle Sister Choquette. I don't know if that one's new or not. Honestly, I think it is. Spurn Rise Dragon. Fun fact. Night Rose is the same artist who did Night Rose did this one. This is a promo. It's really good. When your Vanguard is stood by a card's ability, you can counter +1, discard a card from hand. This unit gets 15k and crit +1 till end of turn. So it becomes a 25 2 crit. So it's good. It's a little bit. It's like a nicer tech in Overlord, like the Cross, than it is in like Blade Master. Blade Master doesn't really want that. Although maybe now, but it's hard to find room. Anyway, Nightmare Doll Carol. This is kind of like this is what would make your rewriting shenanigans work with your Nightmare Dolls. So this is a very good reprint for them. And then we get Miss Mist for our Oracle Think Tank. Alright. So, I have Destruction Zeal. It's another Zeal card. Searches for Zeals. Ride chain stuff for this guy, basically. Dudley Davy. Again, they do Spike Brothers stuff. I know they're really good. Okay. Hanzo. I haven't talked about Hanzo yet. So, this card, this is a wall of text, okay? So basically, you never actually want to ride him. He never wants to be ridden or called. You just want to have him in your soul, basically. Hand, at the beginning of your opponent's turn, if your Vanguard is Evil Stealth Dragon Akatsuki Hanzo, discard 2 cards from your hand, ride this card to stand. So you don't want to normal ride him, is what I meant. As rest, and all of your rearguards get 5k power until end of turn. At the end of that turn, ride an Evil Stealth Dragon Akatsuki Hanzo, which is the original Hanzo. This is like the second version of Hanzo. At the end of that turn, ride it from your soul as stand, or as rest. So you get 2 rides on your opponent's turn. So you can get Perfect Guard or Protect 1, or you can get Protect 2s to beef up your units, which these guys actually don't mind Protect 2. Evil Decoy tokens don't mind Protect 2. But in the soul, when your Vanguard with Hanzo in its card name attacks, you can retire a grade 0, call this card to rearguard circle, and until end of turn, this unit gets plus 2,000 or 20,000 and can attack from the back row. At the end of the turn, put this unit into your soul. If you put it into your soul, call an evil decoy token. So it's shadow jutsu or decoy jutsu or whatever you want to call it, like the card. The way that this one works is so cool. I don't think it's good necessarily, but just it's so flavorful and just so much fun. I bought an entire new Batama deck just for this card, just to play this card. So I'm really excited I got that. Well, I'm really excited I finally get it. Which Frogs Melissa is kind of a fun like mill sort of thing where you Soul Blast 3 and then your opponent puts all of their basically the opponent calls over all of their rear guards from the top of their deck. So you kind of like are trying to mill your opponent out like that. There's ways to bounce it and whatnot. It's interesting. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but it exists. Sakura Fubuki was a rare originally. It's really good. It's still being played in new Batama decks because it's a really great countercharge. Then Amaranth Beast Tamer for Pale Moon. I believe that's a old card or promo. I can't remember. When it attacks, put one of your other rear guards into your soul, and this unit gets 3k. Sure. I don't know. Nova Grappler gets Twin Blader, which is good. Reprinting the Draw PGs was a brilliant stroke. Stroke of brilliance, I should say. Trash out of here. Alright, Demon, Exorcism, Regalia, Thread. Good card. I actually really like this card for Nova Grappler, for BCD specifically. But I don't think it's good for Ethics Buster. Alright, so Regalia's, this one, you can Soul Blast or discard 5 Divine Gauge, and you can heal a card at the end of your opponent's turn. But you're not really ever going to do that. When it attacks, choose 2 rear guards. Put 1 card from your soul face down as Divine Gauge for each of those units. So this will help you beef up your things. You really just still want to be on Yggdrasil and have Norn behind it, but all of your rear guards with Divine Gauge cannot be chosen by your opponent's card effects and get 5k power. I think this is really good. So I'm very excited to have that now. Diaconnect Dragon, I think, was also very good in Alt Mile as well. It was a promo for sure. And then we've got Beast Deity Scarlet Bird. This stands all of your Beast Deities, including your Vanguard. So that's really good. Nightmare Doll Alice is still a staple, especially Nightmare Doll builds. So that's really good to have. And then there's that. And the last pack of this thing. Boop. Okay. Batter Sister, Torijas. So that's the new one. That's the new one for sure. Alright, Blue Wave, Marine General, Galliot. Cool. Yeah, level 4, grade 4, Prism Duo. Nectaria. She cares about having a copper self-bound. He does like calling stuff or something like that. I don't remember. Calamity Tower Wyvern. This is a good, the X card, I think, or the cross card. Battle Siren Dulcia. Card's good in Revon, which is what I wanted it for. And then we've got Pencil Hero Hamskay, which is what I want. And then Flash Shield Assault for Royal Paladin. Okay, I'm going to open up the last 3, and I'll show you what I get for the fancy thing, because nothing really changes. The only thing is it might replace a normal of the new grade 3s. It might replace one of those with a fancy SP version. So I'll let you know what I pull, and then we'll end the video there. See you in a bit. So, we're back. And we know I got a Jumbo Crayon Hamion, but I also just got a Blue Wave Marshall Valios SP, and I didn't want it as an SP, but I got it. Yay! And I also got Demonic Lord Dudley Lucifer, which I did want as an SP because I don't want Spike Brothers. So, very, very good. That looks fantastic. It's a great art on that card, and the foiling really helps with it. Valios is like super complicated, and the foiling is nothing necessarily to write home about. Actually, ooh, that's kind of nice. It's subtle, but you know, you see a little shine. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed a look through at the glorious Clan Selection Volume 2. Clan Selection Volume 1, in my opinion, was just a little bit better. But the creativity shown in like all of these cards is absolutely, it's mind-boggling how super cool and creative that these cards are. They're very fun. They might not be very good, but they're very fun. They're very flavorful. A lot of thought was put into these, and I think moving forward, I would really appreciate all of the V-Series boosters to be like this. Make them be the nostalgic pandering, whatever, like the Blaster Blades or Tetra Drive Dragon. I know is coming. I think Raging Form is as well, confirmed. But like those really old cards, have them come back as V-Series cards. I think that'd be really cool. And I like seeing new directions, but I also would like to see support for old directions as well, which is why Regalia coming back is really cool. Beast Deities coming back and supporting Beast Deities, doing Beast Deity stuff is really cool. Zeal is a totally new thing, but Zeal has always been different, so that's fine. Making hamsters viable is really cool. Jewel Knights becoming an engine and not necessarily an archetype is also very cool. Regalia came back. Making Hanzo more fun, I think, was a really good one. You got your Spike Brothers doing Spike Brother things. I don't know a lot of Spike Brother stuff. They just exist to me. I like how this is kind of support for Revon, but not quite for Aquaforce. Pale Moon giving Nightmare Dolls support is really cool. They not necessarily you can't see it, but they're underneath here. Not that they needed it necessarily, but it gives them an extra little boost. And then there's multiple support in Bermuda Triangle, which I feel like is the way to go because Bermuda Triangle has so many different decks. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to come watch me play most of these decks on stream, Thursday night is our remote fight night. Friday nights too, maybe in the future, but as of right now, I kind of keep those to Digimon. But if Digimon gets too stale, or I just don't like it, then we'll have that be a remote fight night. On twitch.tv/drive_check. And then during the day, if you're available, I also stream other games like Genshin Impact, Pokemon. We will be getting Monster Hunter up and going soon. I just need to get a capture card. And yes, I hope you like this video. Comment if you think my opinions are incorrect or whatever have you. and I'm gonna immediately jump to editing this video so that I can get it up and on the YouTubes within a reasonable amount of time. So wish me luck. But I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever. I'm not sure. Oh, the most important thing, if you want to come watch us record the podcast live, it's at twitch.tv/drive_check. Tuesday nights at 8:30 Eastern is when we record live. We don't talk to the chat, but we're before and afterwards we hang out, and I'm usually after for a couple hours. So if you want to have a fight, a card fight against me, then more than free to ask after we record. So yes, that's it. I think that's it. Yeah. Bye.